Hey guys, this is probably gonna be a long one. I have a lot to talk about. I'm not gonna go on a little rant, but I am gonna have a little discussion at the end. And after the Bella segment, I'm gonna go on a little rant, actually. So, but in all honesty to God, both shows were really great to me, but I feel like the women stole both shows, honestly. Like, the women really, really, really did good on both shows. So, let's get into it. Raw Women. First segment. Ronda and the Bellas. And okay, so Ronda and the Bellas versus the Riot Squad Super Showdown rematch. Let me put this into perspective for you guys. In 2015, when the women had their match in Chicago, I think it was like after WrestleMania, Smarks chanted, we suck Cena, we suck Brian, we suck, Jimmy, we suck TJ, we suck Punk, all that shit. Fast forward 3 years later, and these fans are popping like fucking crazy for the Bellas and for the women. There was no disrespectful chants. There was no trying to start JBL, no beach balls, no nothing. Pure fucking respect. And I don't think you guys realize how much that means to me, because when that shit happened then, literally all the women were pissed the fuck off. Like, y'all can feel how y'all want about us, cool. But stop trying to stop trying to hijack the show, and stop trying to hijack our matches. Like, that's bullshit. We put our body on the line and sacrifice just like everyone fucking else. At least respect it. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. Like, honest to God, that surprised me most. I honestly thought that the crowd was gonna shit on the women, but they were respectful in every single segment. No disrespect, no JBL chance, no nothing. And I'm like, damn, that's wow. Wow, like that really shows, like, yeah, WWE still has work, but they really are pushing towards we're not taking any disrespect when it comes to the women no more. And I feel like the crowds are starting to realize that, and that's why they're not doing it no more. And I can respect that. Like, have fun, yeah, but don't try to make the show, but don't try to hijack it when it doesn't cause for it and it's disrespectful when you do it. But that was just amazing to me. I had to point that out because, like, it's Chicago. Chicago is one of the smartest fucking crowds ever. And they were just totally respectful to the women, and I was so happy. Rhonda and the Bellas especially got a big ass pop, and I mean a big ass pop. Like, holy shit. The Riot Squad got a nice pop too. Liv and Bree's parts of the match were great, from the sequences like to Bree trolling the yes kick, freaking awesome. To the tension, to the straight physicality from these two. Like, both teams having to hold back Liv and Bree after Liv and Bree spilling on the floor spot was a freaking great touch. Like, oh my god. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Liv and Bree at Evolution. I wouldn't. I wouldn't mind seeing that whatsoever. I feel like that is a story that the WWE can continue if need be, especially if there's women tag titles. I love that the Bells are continuing to add tag team moves to their arsenal. You know, like the slingshot, suplex. Nikki used to do that a lot. I love that they're doing that as a double team. I love the little double knees to the arm thing. I love that. So yeah. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Okay. Here's how I'll do it. Nikki and Ronda looked really good as well, of course. I liked Ruby's STO to Brie on the outside, and I like her version of the sharpshooter. It was really, really cool. The Bellas and Ronda win with Ronda getting the armbar on Ruby after Liv and Bree stopped Sarah and Liv from interfering. Really good match, really good match. I saw some smarks saying, "Why the fuck are their tag matches so damn good?" And I'm like, smarks was saying that tag match had no business being as good as it did considering the people involved. And I'm like, oh my god, you guys are fucking idiots. These women know how to wrestle. These women get fucking down in the ring. Stop using their name as a way to justify your hate. Because when they show out in tag matches, no fucking less, when they show out and do great in tag matches, it makes y'all look fucking dumb to say that they can't still wrestle. Like, y'all look dumb when you do that shit. But both matches were really good. They really were. They were like really, oh my god, they were physical as hell too. Yes. And they were selling. Selling. While I don't hate NXT, the one thing that really annoys me to God's no end is they don't freaking sell. And it is annoying. It's annoying as all shit. And I'm gonna get on that when I get to the Charlotte and Becky's match. Because the Charlotte and Becky's match is what I want, is the match that I want NXT to take notes from when it comes to selling. Because, oh my god, that match. But we're not there yet. So, the Bellas won with Ronda. Then the Bellas beat the holy heifer loving hell out of Ronda, dude. The Bellas stomp her in the corner. Ronda's able to get a couple moves on the Bellas. Ronda goes after Nikki on the outside, but the Bellas throw her into the lead board by the ring post. Ronda grabs Bree's neck, but they throw her into the steel steps. Then Nikki throws her into the barricade. Onto the floor and into the barricade. The Bellas drag Ronda by the hair to the ring. Then they get her in the ring and drag her by the hair again to the middle of the ring. They stand on top of her, then lay the title on top of her before they leave. Before they exit the ring. There was even a "We Want Nikki" chant by a few people in like the front of the crowd when the Bellas were dragging Ronda into the ring by her hair. And you can go back and watch that for yourself. There was a few people that were standing up. They were men, and they were chanting, "We want Nikki." Nikki and Brie literally dragged her to the ring and into the ring. Freaking awesome healing, dude. Awesome. And Nikki also slapping the sign out of the fan's hand was freaking great. Like, oh my gosh. This was done so well. And I'm going to talk about why I'm okay with the Bellas being heel, even though I want them to be at the end. But holy shit, they did this so freaking good. Oh my gosh. Seriously, this was legit one of the most, if not the most talked about thing of the past 4 days. Oh my gosh. I freaking loved it. The Bellas beat her up. They beat her up. And to the smart saying Ronda will squash the Bellas. I'm like, the same people that are saying they don't want UFC Ronda in WWE are the same ones that now want UFC Ronda in WWE because she's facing the Bellas. And it's like, if you don't get the hell over it, okay? Not trying to be funny, they're not treating Ronda like Brock. Ronda does have a undefeated streak, yes, but she's not squashing people. She's having competitive matches and keeping the other people looking strong. Okay, it wasn't like Ronda just squashed Ruby in 2 minutes. No, she had to fight to get that win. Just like Asuka had to fight to keep her streak when it was still there, and Undertaker had to fight to keep his streak when it was still there. They're not Brock Lesnar and Ronda. So I don't know why you guys are surprised that WWE were able to do this. And to the people that are concerned about Nikki's neck, if you rewatch Ronda throwing Nikki in the ring before she grabbed her on the outside, she did it a lot less aggressively, forcefully than she did when it came to Ruby or Sarah. And it's because of the neck. I'm pretty sure that they've been practicing and all like how Alexa versus Ronda at Hell in a Cell was pretty good because they practiced. Nikki versus Ronda is going to be the same thing. And since Nikki has trained with Shayna, who was very similar to Ronda, Nikki is probably one of the few people that could actually put up a believable fight against Ronda, and Ronda not have to hold back too much. So, yeah. But I freaking loved it though. It was so awesome. Also, I'm about to go on my rant. I have it written down because I will go off script. But if the Smarks are still confused about why Ronda versus Nikki is main eventing, other than blind hate and ignoring the logical reasons that's already been explained, of course, the Bella's attack on Ronda got reported by TMZ, which the last time I think that happened for the women in WWE was when Nina got engaged at WrestleMania 33. When Forbes even wrote an article about it, they were trending #1 on Twitter and YouTube for the US and the UK, apparently, in less than 24 hours. And another, like, people don't seem to understand how big the Bellas are. And let me just give you a little glimpse of why people say people care more. And let me just give you a little glimpse of what I'm talking about when it comes to the Bella star power. In less than 24 hours, they had 1.9 million views on the Bella Twins Attack Ronda video. As of 12:20 p.m. today, they have 3 million views. Even the 30-second backstage video of them explaining why they turned heel has 525K views. Nikki and Brie talking about breastfeeding on their freaking YouTube channel got 9.8K views. That segment, like, seriously, people don't get it. That segment is still the most talked about segment of Raw. It's been talked about since it fucking happened. And I can guarantee you that Nikki vs. Ronda is probably going to be one of the most talked about, and probably one of the most talked about matches going into Evolution and out of Evolution. Okay? Now let me give you a little glimpse of what the other women garnished when it came to views. Meanwhile, Bayley and Finn's match on Raw got 277K views. Nia versus Ember got 248K views. I'm saying K views, so if it sounds like I'm mixing this together, that's why. Natty helping Ronda got 1.8 million views. Mickey, Alexa, Trish, and Lita's segment got 1.6 million views. Lita and Trish backstage interview got 208K views. I don't know why. Hold on. I don't know why my damn thing is being so freaking weird. Hold on, guys. I don't know. It's being weird. Becky versus Charlotte being announced to start the show got 33K views. Becky versus Charlotte got 422K views. Paige announcing the last woman standing match got 164K views. Lana's segment with Aiden got 605K views. The exclusive with Absolution, the Iconics, Lana, and Carmella got 200K views. Braun and Ember's backstage interview got 33K views. The dance-off in the Mixed Match Challenge segment that had the WWE Champion and the woman that was just announced to be in a last woman standing match for the title at the first ever women's pay-per-view Evolution got 651K views. Bayley and Ember's match for the Mixed Match Challenge got 145K views. AJ and Charlotte's backstage interview got 63K views, and R-Truth and Carmella's backstage interview got 44K views. The only thing that came close to the Bellas was Kurt Return, which was 2.8 million views, and the DX opening segment that got 2.4 million views. Not even Dean walking out on the Shield, the John Cena package for Crown Jewel, and Rey Mysterio being confirmed to return got as much as the Bellas did. But no one cares about them. But they're irrelevant, right? Sure. Y'all keep believing that delusion. Oh, I'm not done yet either. Like, seriously, think about it. The Bellas, the women that have no business being in the WWE, the women that are dragging the women down, according to you idiot smarks, and only care about being famous, got more views and more attention out of anything WWE in the last 4 days. Why? Because they are big stars for the company. Smarks do not realize this is a fucking business. WWE is a business. Okay? As much as people may have wanted John Cena to lose the title to freaking, who was Mr. Kennedy back in the day, that would not have garnished the money that John Cena made. That would not have garnished the attention that John Cena brought. As much as people hated when The Rock came back and beat CM Punk, if The Rock had dropped the belt to Daniel Bryan or Cody Rhodes, it would not have garnished nearly as much attention and nowhere near as much money. If you only want to focus on wrestling, stop watching WWE and watch the fucking indies. Because you're not going to get what you want, and you're constantly complaining. It's fucking annoying. Okay? I watched the Smackdown AfterBuzz show because Steve wasn't on it. Thank God. Even though Tom maybe, he's iffy with me. And one guy said to wrestling fans, Becky versus Charlotte should be the main event of the show. And I'm like, to a small portion of people on the wrestling internet, it should be the main event. And I'm like, more people than just smarks are on the internet that watch WWE. More people watch WWE than just the people on the internet. And even though smarks won't admit it, they care more about the Bellas and Ronda than they do Becky versus Charlotte. And it shows, because you would think they would be rejoicing, they would be happy, they would be talking about it all day long, but instead they're making memes about the Bellas. They're trying to use any and everything that they possibly can to say why the match will suck and blah blah blah. But I'm like, shouldn't you be focused on your fave? Shouldn't you be focused on the people that you like? But instead you're focused about mine. That should tell you something. And the media mainstream especially cares more about the Bellas versus Ronda than they do Becky versus Charlotte. So, and people need to remember that WWE is still trying to get into the mainstream. Guess what? The Bellas and Ronda bring mainstream to WWE, whether you like it or not. And like I've been saying, if they want this to be a success, the first women's pay-per-view needs to be main evented by a match that's going to get mainstream attention. And as much as Becky versus Charlotte will be a great match that we all know it will be, it won't get nearly the amount of attention that Nikki versus Ronda will. Even if the match sucks, which I don't think it will. Okay? And let's be real here. The real reason why Smarks don't like Evolution and how it's lining up and are already bashing it is because it's not catered to them. It's catered to the real women's wrestling fans that didn't just begin to fake care about the women in 2014 because it became cool to like women's wrestling. Let's be fucking honest here. And you can tell because those same people that said the divas are a piss break and all this shit have those same type of thoughts and ideologies and concepts and reasonings now. They just know how to hide it better. But because I've been a wrestling fan since I was fucking 4 years old, I know how to read through the fucking bullshit. And half the people that are complaining are the ones that only wanted women in bra and panties matches. So don't be fooled by half the people complain about that match. They weren't gonna watch anyway. If I'm gonna be real. And might I add that Evolution is doing just fine without the motherfuckers. Evolution has 100 and I think 113 tickets to go to be sold out. Like, people, 113 tickets to be sold out. That's better than most Raw and Smackdowns when it comes to audiences. So clearly people are invested in this pay-per-view, and clearly real women's wrestling fans still want to see it. It's y'all motherfuckers that are showing y'all true colors that don't want to see it because you don't really care anyway. You just pretend to care because it's cool. Like, honestly, when are Smarks going to realize they're not the only fan base in WWE? They're not as important as they think they are. And they're not even the biggest fan base in the internet wrestling community, let alone in all of WWE. Smarks don't even try to use the whole it's because of Ronda thing. Because the Bellas are some of the few women in WWE that have always been able to trend. Always. When AJ's pipe bomb, which I fucking hate, I hate that damn promo. When that happened, who trended because of it? The Bellas. She talked about multiple fucking women. She buried the whole goddamn division. Yet the only thing people could focus on were two. And who were those two? The freaking Bellas. Okay? When the Divas Revolution happened, who did everyone say was gonna get outshined? The freaking Bellas. Like, seriously. When the Bellas spoke out about that Divas article that trashed everyone not named Beth and Natalia, and the Bellas talked about it on Twitter, they trended then, and they started one of the first Give Divas a Chance movements. When Brie went up against Stephanie at SummerSlam, plus Nikki's heel turn, that trended. When Nikki versus Paige main event happened, that trended. The whole last fucking month of Nikki's reign, she literally trended every fucking day. Literally. And Smarks wonder why WWE continues to push them and continue to put them in the forefront. Cause y'all give them y'all attention and y'all energy more than the people that you like. But you get mad when they're in the spotlight, but you're caring about them more than Becky versus Charlotte. More than Sasha versus Charlotte. Like, come on now. Y'all can't be that fucking dumb. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, you can. Never mind. When Nina got engaged, that was literally the third most trending thing out of WrestleMania besides the Hardy Boys' return and The Undertaker's retirement. When Brie came back on Smackdown, she was trending. Hell, when Daniel Bryan did his speech about why he's able to, about how Brie encouraged him to come back, thank you, Brie trended. Like, let's stop acting like the Bellas are just these off the treat whores that are nobodies. No, they are two of the biggest stars in the company. And the sooner y'all get that through your thick ass heads, the better off y'all will be. Or once again, if you don't like it, watch something fucking else. Since y'all only care about wrestling, and since y'all don't want storylines and things that make sense, stop watching fucking WWE and watch ROH or New Japan or any of those other fucking promotions and leave us the fuck alone. Like, seriously. Like, when are y'all going to admit that the Bellas are huge stars for the company and stop being so blatantly fucking delusional and ignorant? Like, it is ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, oh my god. But that was my rant. Sorry, I just had to get that out there because it's just like, at some point, no. And I consider that a positive. I don't even consider that a negative. So I still kept up with my I want to be negative, I want to be positive this month thing. In my opinion, that was freaking positive. But yeah, it's just, oh my god, you guys are so freaking. You guys make wrestling fans. You guys are the people why. You are the people. You are the reason why people say WWE fans are stupid. And I'm like, no, WWE fans aren't fucking stupid. Smarks are stupid. There's a fucking difference. I literally told this to one of my friends in our group chat, and she laughed her ass off. But I'm so excited for this match. I'm pretty sure that they've been practicing and also when it comes to the match quality, if you expect them to be Sasha versus Bayley, you're setting yourself up to dislike it. I don't have any expectations all like that, but I do think that it'll be a good match, and I do hope that it does well. So I'm not going to judge it before, I'm going to judge it after, and yeah. But I'm excited for this match for sure. This is definitely probably my most looking forward to match on the pay-per-view. So yeah. Now on to the second segment. Bayley and Finn versus Sasha versus Jinder and Alicia. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry. Good match. Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ. Good match. I liked Bayley's Hurricane Rana on Jinder, and of course, her and Alicia work really well together. Finn and Bayley win after Finn hits the coup de grace on Jinder. Nia Jax versus Ember Moon. Nia Jax tossing Ember and Ember doing like 5 different flips before she lands. So freaking hilarious. And if you saw my women's match review yesterday, the same thing happened when Victoria dropped hair toss Mickey. So it's just like so hilarious. I also love how Ember did a Hurricane Rana, a basement drop kick, and a dive to the outside. Yet she still wasn't able to get Nia off her feet, and her face sold it so freaking much. Also, by the way, Ronda sold the getting beat up really, really well. Literally, when the bells were being around her face, was like, why? So really, really good, really good. And Rhonda, once again, big ups to you for all the bumps you're taking. Big ups to you, girlie. Um, really good match though. Ember wins via countout, so WWE is making sure to build up everyone, even in a loss, to make them look strong, which is good, especially for the pay per view. Um, Fourth segment of the night for the women. Um, Trish Stratus segment. Trish says a moment of bliss sounded like a moment of BS. I love that. Alexa. Okay, Alexa says she really did watch Trish when she was younger, but the issue was that Trish sucked. Trish says they want to fight, so there's a ring, so let's do it right here. Mickey says Trish doesn't want to fight because bad things happened to her in Chicago. She was referring to when she beat Mickey, to when she beat Trish for the title at WrestleMania 22, which, by the way, still one of my favorite women's WrestleMania storylines ever. um, Mickey and Alexa challenge Trish to a tag match at Evolution, and Trish says, um, she has a partner. How about this person? And Lita returns. Lita got a big ass pop. Big ass pop. Alexa goes after Lita, but then she rolls out of the ring after Lita is about to hit her. Chick kick by Trish, and Lita goes for a moonsault, but Alexa gets Mickey out of the ring. It's gonna be Alexa and Mickey versus Trish and Lita at Evolution instead of the two singles matches. Um, Even though I would have loved to have seen those two singles matches, and I still stand by what I said about why I wanted to see them, I actually don't mind this match, and at least it makes sense, and it'll most likely get more women on the card and room for more singles matches. So I think it's a win-win. We still get Trish versus Alexa in some way, and we still get Mickey versus Lita in some way. It hides Alexa's injury. It hides the in-ring rust that Trish and Lita might have. And we get a legendary tag team in Trish and Lita on the first all-women's pay-per-view. So once again, I see all wins for this one. Fifth thing for the women, the Bellas do a interview backstage, and Bree says Wanda wasn't standing by their side. She was standing. She was taking up their space and standing in front of them and taking their shine. Nikki says they're there for Evolution, but they're here to show everyone, including Ronda, that it's going to be a Bellution. And WWE got right on it and released the Bellution t-shirt. Like, WWE is not playing with y'all. And I love it. In a clip, they also show Natty coming to comfort Ronda out of the ring after the Bellas attack her, even though she was nowhere to be found when it happened. And I liked Natty saying, don't let them get you down. Don't let them break you down. Like, really, really good selling the story, and how Ronda's so sad that they betrayed her. Really good. Ronda will defend the Raw Women's Championship, most likely in the main event of the first ever all women's pay-per-view Evolution, against my queen, Nikki Bella. And I'm so freaking excited. So freaking excited. The women were awesome tonight. And honestly, like I said, they stole the show for me with their segments. Like, both shows were really great, first and foremost. But I just feel like the women really they really stole the show from me. Smackdown women's segments. Becky and Charlotte for the Smackdown Women's Championship will start the show. If Becky gets disqualified, she loses the championship. Becky chants at the very beginning, and dueling "Let's go Becky, let's go Charlotte" chants. Um, I like the Dragon Screw Slam by Charlotte and the slingshot into the turnbuckle, even though the spot was kind of botched, but they did a really good job of selling it, of selling the whole match. Um, Becky's hammerlock submission into a bridge was freaking great. I loved that. Becky grabbing the arm from the second rope and going to the mat and rolling into an armbar was freaking great. Really good sequence as well. Due to the double countout, Becky is still SmackDown Women's Champion. However, Charlotte spears Becky through the lead wall at the top of the stage, which garners a "holy shit" chant. And it's one of the only times in the last couple of years that chant is actually warranted and it's appropriate, because sometimes I just feel like they do it just to get attention. The one thing I loved about this match though was that they sold everything, even the jet lag. Like Charlotte, doing her kick up and trying to psych herself out and then going back down and then having to use the ropes and stuff. Really freaking great. I want people in NXT to learn from this. Like, this is how you sell. This is what gets people into a match. I'm normally not interested in Becky versus Charlotte like that. But this match was probably my favorite match of theirs because of how much they sold it. Like, oh my god. And by the way, that spear into the lead wall. Oh my god, holy shit. And I hope that Charlotte's hand is okay. I really do, because that shit looked like it was just ugh. But really, really great match. Really, really good segment. I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Paige is backstage and she says Charlotte is cleared for the Mixed Match Challenge tonight. She also says Becky versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title will happen at Evolution in the first ever main roster they're talking about here, guys. We know about Nikki versus Asuka's NXT Last Woman Standing match. Last Woman Standing match. Okay? So we already have one stipulation match at Evolution. So really, really cool. And it's for the SmackDown Women's title. And it makes sense. So, yay. And not even trying to be funny, hopefully now Smarks will be freaking happy and will stop complaining about the booking. Even though, in my opinion, this has been one of the best booked feuds for the Horsewomen since coming up to the main roster. And it was very clear that they were going to do a stipulation match at Evolution to finish the feud. We just didn't know which one. I said I wanted to I Quit, but now thinking about it, I want that match to be used for something else or a different storyline. A Last Woman Standing works perfect for this because literally both of these women have proven to be like, the only reason why you're getting off scot-free is because you're breaking the rules. The only reason why I'm going after you constantly is because you keep breaking the rules. Now, there is no fucking rules. We can do whatever the fuck you want to each other. It is literally going to be a who has enough in them to stand up after an all-out fucking fight before the 10 count. Who's the better woman? And I feel like that's a perfect end to their feud. At least I hope. But I feel like that's a perfect end to their feud. And it's perfect to... yeah, it's just perfect. This is one of those times where it's not just it's a historic moment. Nah, it makes sense. And I'm actually looking forward to it for once. Go figure. And it'll likely be the final match between the two, so Becky can move on to a new challenger, and Charlotte can move on to something else, hopefully. Maria and Mike are also a part of 205 Live, apparently, so good for them. She's in the Evolution mini promo as well, so I don't know if they'll have her do something or not. Lana says she hacked Aiden's video so she can show the world why Aiden didn't want the whole video released. It showed Lana saying Aiden means a lot to her and Rusev. Aiden was the one trying to make a move on her, not the other way around, like he made it seem. And then Lana said no and walked out. And then Aiden tried to say, when you, and Aiden was like, how the hell did you hack? And Lana was like, it wasn't hard. Your password is I love Rusev. Like, but that was really funny though. And then Rusev beats up Aiden. So yeah, really good segment. I liked it. Some people hate that this ended it, but in my opinion, I think it ended because Lana may be forming a tag team. So, hey. Or maybe it didn't end. Who knows? In the backstage exclusive, the Iconics, Mandy and Sonya are looking at Lana's segment and they feel like it was boring and not exciting. Lana comes in and they make fun of her and she tries to defend herself. Carmella comes in and says she doesn't have to defend herself to them. Mandy then laughs at Carmella, saying she went from being a champion to R-Truth's sidekick. Carmella laughs and says, yes, she was a champ. But were any of them champions? No. No. She don't think so. They weren't champions. Why don't they put their money where their mouth is? And Sonya says that hair dye must have seeped into her brain, and the four of them leave. A really nice segment, probably setting up for something next week. And in all honesty, I'm super excited. Especially since Michelle McCool posted a video of her training in the ring today. So I really hope she comes on SmackDown next week. And apparently Nikki is advertised for house shows after Evolution. So hopefully the Bellas continue to be a part of WWE for a little while longer, at least until like the pay-per-view after WrestleMania, and that can be their send-off, because let's be real here, if anyone deserves a WrestleMania moment together, it's the Bella Twins. So I'm really excited for that. So I really hope that that's true. And if the Bellas stay past Evolution, which I really hope they do, the division as a whole, both Raw and SmackDown, will have the Bellas, Sonya and Mandy, Naomi and Asuka, the Iconics, the Riot Squad, possibly Lana and Carmella, Alexa and Mickey and Bayley and Sasha for possible women tag team championships. And according to some of the rumors for Evolution that I will get into on Friday, the women, there's going to be quite a few women at Evolution from NXT, and those women may possibly be called up. So, which makes perfect sense as well, because they're about to sign multiple people. So they need to crowd the roster so that they could build up women's tag titles and still have entertaining feuds for the main women's titles. But anyway, back to the segment. This whole segment gave me Diva era tease, and I freaking loved it. It was so awesome. Carmella still has that feisty attitude, even though she's a face, and I love that, because I hate when WWE makes women just generic faces that are athletic. That's annoying as shit. That's why I loved Nikki's SmackDown run last year, because she was a face that didn't take no shit. So really good SmackDown night for the women. Like I said, I feel like the women stole both shows, and I'm really excited for the up and coming shows leading into Evolution. Now I'm about to have a little discussion, because there's a couple things that I feel like I need to talk about in this video. People complaining about WWE building for Evolution Crown Jewel. Evolution is on October 28th. Crown Jewel is on November 2nd. They have to build both shows. And just because we don't like the government when it comes to Saudi Arabia doesn't mean that the fans that love WWE and watch the product and are fans just like us don't deserve a good show. That's bullshit to me. That's being selfish. Just like how I feel when people were like, "Oh, why are they building Super Showdown and not Evolution?" Because Super Showdown deserves a nice little build, and we know that it's leading into build up for Evolution. Like, when you think about it, everything that happened on Super Showdown had a purpose, and it led into something for one of the two pay-per-views. Hold on for a second. So it's like, people need to take the government out of it and just think of it as WWE building a show for their fans in another country. The mixed reactions for Mickey and Alexa versus Trish and Lita. Apparently some people are mad that WWE advertises the singles matches and then changed it to a tag, and they're like, why couldn't it be Sasha versus, and they're like, that's messed up, why couldn't it be Sasha versus Trish? And I'm like, once again, that match could still happen, but either way, it's not like it's outlandish. Think about it, you're still getting both singles matches, you're just getting them in a tag match. And it makes more sense to do the tag match anyway, again, because Alexa is injured, but they still want her on the show. Trish and Lita, while they may be in shape and all that, might have in-ring rust, like Brie did. And what's that girl's name? And what's that girl's name? Mickey Mickey, doesn't have anything to do. So again, you're still getting both singles matches. It's just in a tag match, and it's not like it's out of the ordinary. So, and might I add, Trish versus Sasha, I'm not even gonna go there, because I'm not even gonna go there. Even though I didn't want the Bellas to turn heel initially, I'm okay with it now, because the Bellas really do rock as heels, and the only time I really like the Bellas as faces is when WWE gives them a character and they don't make them be just the generic happy baby faces. That's annoying to me. But like Nikki's character on in her feud on Smackdown, Brie's character in her feud with Stephanie, those are when I like the Bellas as faces. But that 2013, when they first turned face, yeah, that was annoying. But as heels, honestly, you can tell the Bellas are a lot more comfortable. They have a lot more fun with it. One of the big reasons why I wanted the Bellas to stay face was because as a face, you're able to get back in ring shape better, but you're able to get back in ring shape better, and you're able to develop your moveset better. But as a heel, you have better characters, better characteristics, better mic skills, all that. So I feel like since the Bellas have been face for about, a month, almost 2 months, it's not surprising that now that they're heels, they'll probably be even better in the ring. They'll exhibit a lot more charisma and all that. So I'm okay with it. As long as they don't go overboard, I'm good with it. Especially because if the Bellas win. Actually, I think I'll get to that later. But yeah, I'm okay with it now. Also, the fake Brie fans, not the real ones, the fake ones that were saying that Brie should kill herself and that her daughter should be raped last week. Those motherfuckers complaining about Brie getting a title shot. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Okay, I'm a fan of the Bellas, but I see you right through all y'all asses. Alright? Let's not act like Brie didn't win the title first. Brie didn't debut first. Brie didn't win the... Brie didn't have a storyline with Daniel first. Okay? Brie didn't have a big match storyline first. Like, when the Bellas came back in 2015, Brie didn't get the title matches. Like, can we stop, please, acting like Brie was just overlooked her whole career? No. She got a lot of shit before fucking Nikki. Like, can we stop? She didn't get her WrestleMania win first. Like, please. Let's not. That's how you know these motherfuckers aren't Brie fans. Because real Brie fans are like, Brie and Nikki have been pretty even when it comes to how they're treated. It's just sometimes the stories and what happens is different. And it may feel like one's being slighted, but, you know, after a while, they'll get their push. So, and that's how I can tell the difference between real Brie fans and the fake ones. Because it's like, y'all were just saying she should kill herself, but now you're mad that Nikki's getting a title shot. Sure, let's believe that. When it came to the Bellas coming back in August, Brie had her storyline with Daniel and her pay-per-view match before Nikki. Brie had her pay-per-view match last month. Now it's Nikki's turn. It just happens to be a title match. Let's not act like Brie and Daniel versus Miz and Maurice wasn't one of the matches that people were looking forward to going into Hell in a Cell. Just like this is the most talked about match and the one that people are looking to see what happens when it comes to Evolution. Okay? Let's not act like Brie didn't have her chance to shine and show what she was capable of in her main event storyline with Stephanie McMahon as the co-main event of pay-per-view, as the co-main event of SummerSlam 2014. Let's not act like that didn't happen. Okay? Let's not act like that didn't happen. That's annoying to me. Brie has been given multiple chances to shine before Nikki. She's been given multiple shots before Nikki. She had her storyline and pay-per-view match before Nikki in this run. But you guys are mad because it's a title match. She's gonna fucking lose. What the hell does it matter? Like, y'all sound dumb. And that's how you know they're not real Brie fans. Because real Brie fans are like, Brie had her pay-per-view and her storyline last month. And people are like, oh, she hasn't had a title shot since 2016. I'm like, neither has Nikki. Brie's last title shot was at Fastlane 2016. Nikki's last title shot was at Backlash 2016. The only time she touched that title or even came near it was in the Fatal 5-Way match, the Smackdown after Backlash, where she focused more on Carmella than actually winning the match, and she was the one that got pinned in the match by Alexa. So again, it's not like Nikki was just getting title shot after title shot after title shot and was in the title picture all her last run. She had one title match and was in side feuds her whole run. Like, let's not do that. Okay? Let's not do that. Okay? It's likely gonna be Nikki's only title shot for the main title anyway, and she's gonna lose. So what's the issue? Brie had hers Brie had her run and her story and her match with Daniel. Nikki's story and matches with Ronda. And both of them make sense for both twins. So don't know why the fake Brie fans are mad. Also, the Bellas, if the tag titles happen, they will likely go after them. And since the Bellas are heels, them becoming the first women tag champions, which by the way they deserve. If you think they don't deserve it, you are fucking lying to yourself. They will bring name value and recognition to that title to when someone finally beats them, they will become big stars. They will be a big deal, and the Bellas can finally retire in ring wise, other than a occasional match here and there. So while people are upset about this, Brie's probably happy as hell for Nikki, just like Nikki was happy as hell for Brie when she had her storyline with Stephanie. Like y'all want to pin them, against each other. Brie's probably happy as shit. So, and like I said, if they do want Brie to have a match at Evolution, which I do think she deserves, have her face Liv. Or have her face Natty, since Natty is like, it's fucked up that you're doing this. You know? But yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. The fake Brie fans were fucking annoying, because it's like, y'all couldn't give two shits about Brie, and y'all wanted her to die a fucking week ago, but now all of a sudden you're upset because Nikki's getting a title match that she's gonna fucking lose. Shut up. So yeah, really sorry I had to go on a little rant earlier and had a little discussion, but I just had to do it. You guys are gonna like my women's rumors and comments video on Friday. I'm gonna be talking about a lot, so yeah. Total Divas comes on today. I will watch that tomorrow. The Mae Young Classic is today. I'm gonna review that today. And Riverdale's today. So I have the app for it. So I'm gonna watch that as well. I'm not gonna review it, but to the people that don't know what Riverdale is, please check it out. If you have Netflix, the first 2 seasons are on there. But yeah. That's all I have for you guys. I'm about to eat some lunch and chill out. So yeah. Have a good day, guys. Bye. I will see you in my Mae Young Classic review.